Hey parents, thank you for joining us. I'm Chris Wesley, Director of Student Ministries, and with me is Lisa Scotta, our Children's Director. And basically, we want to take some time just to chat with you all about what's going on in the series that we have for our students and children's programs. Starting this weekend, we have a brand new series in church that we're calling One, which is going to talk about priorities, especially the priorities that we have in our faith and in our time with God. However, we're calling that series something a little bit different in our programs. What are we calling it in children's programs?
In our children's programs, it's called Superheroes. And the idea of superheroes is to teach children to get their inner strength, their super strength from God, and then apply it to their life. So prioritizing those ideas in their life. Kids each week are going to meet a person from the Bible who exhibits a superhero characteristic, and then apply that to their life.
Cool. In student ministry, we're calling it chicken and the egg, just because I like that question of what comes first, the chicken or the egg. And so what we're doing in the students' programs is asking them that question of what comes first in their lives. For some of them, it might be the grades, families, friends, school, sports. I mean, for them, it's a different thing. But we want them to discover that it should be God who comes first. Because when God comes first, Jesus says when God comes first, everything else is going to be set in order in our lives. And that's what we want to help students do. So we're going to do that through our students and kids programs. And the way that we're going to do that is we're going to challenge them to do a couple of things. And the first thing we're going to do is ask them to pray 10 minutes a day. We just want them to try praying 10 minutes a day with God. How that looks, we'll talk about that more in the series. But we just want them to spend 10 minutes a day with God. And we also want them to bring their Bible to program, right? And I know that's an important part of children's programs too.
Absolutely. It's bringing the Bible, but also reading the Bible at home.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I know in student programs you are starting a habit of giving as well.
Yeah, I know you're talking about habits and superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
One of the habits that we want students to do, because we believe it's a huge part of their worship, is through giving, is through tithing. So we want to encourage students not only to spend 10 minutes a day with God, but also to think about giving 10% of what they own or their resources or their money over to God as a way of getting more intimate with Him. So.
Awesome. So those are the things that we want kids and students to do, but what do we want you as parents to do at home? Well, one thing that we would like you to do is to find at least one time a week, maybe with your family, to pray 10. And this could be as a family, and then encouraging your children to pray 10 daily on a daily basis.
Right. And we want you to encourage them also to participate in our programs, in the students and children's programs. So encourage them to bring their Bibles, to bring a Bible with them so that they can go deeper in their small groups or in the programs. So just, again, encourage them, be that cheerleader for them to get further involved and invested.
Mm-hmm. You know, I know it's kind of hard for families sometimes to even find the time to do certain things. You guys are faced with a lot of different pressure outside, a lot of different things going on. So what are some times that parents can find to talk to their kids about the series and priorities?
I think it's sometimes overwhelming to think about squeezing it in, but I guess like the best way is for them to look at what they do already together. So
Great.
Like there's meal times, right? On the way to school or sports or different activities that you drive them to. Another time is, well, maybe you don't do this with your teenagers, but tucking them into bed.
Yeah.
I mean, there are plenty of great opportunities already built into your family life that we feel are appropriate just to talk about the series, because what you're learning at Mass is very similar to what they're learning in the children's and students programs. But, you might be like, all right, great, Chris, but how are you going to help us do this?
Don't worry. We're not going to leave you alone. As a church, we're going to be passing out these awesome bracelets. Ooh. And on the bracelets, they say pray 10. And those are going to be given out in Big Church, but also in our students and children's programs.
So, I mean, when you see the bracelet, maybe you're going to the Towson Mall, or maybe you're hanging out at Chick-fil-A or at the gym or something, you see someone with these bracelets, it's just a reminder of like, oh wait, have I prayed 10 yet today? Another thing we want to help you out with is, I know that sometimes a family's only Bible is that big, huge, heavy Bible that you guys got when you got married and everything, and for your little 2-year-old to open up the Bible. It takes all of his or her effort. So we sell in our cafe appropriate Bibles for children and students, and they're cool. They look great. They're fun, and we definitely want your kids and your students to check them out, or even you. I mean, even if you feel like you want to have a student's Bible and look cool, you can pick one of those up.
I still have one myself.
Yeah, she does. But anyway, another way that we want to encourage you all to just go deeper and help you out is to participate on Facebook. We have a Facebook page, Church of the Nativity, and share some of your ideas up there. Give each other feedback on what you got from the message, and help each other to go deeper through that. Through this opportunity, this online community, to share with one another what you did with your kids, what you did with your students, what you're doing with your families. And I think that's just an important way to go deeper. And then lastly, one thing that we're offering for parents of students is, starting with this series, you can now hear the high school version of the message that we give at each program. And that's a way of you hearing exactly what your students are hearing every Thursday night. Now, you might be the parent of a middle school student, and that's okay, because we use the same principles, the same points. It's just the application is a little bit different. And so just listen to the message. You can get to that through the parent website by clicking listening to the message, or you can go to iTunes, and in the music store, iTunes store, you just click Nativity Youth. You just type in Nativity Youth into the search, and that's how you get it.
Great. Those are some great opportunities for you to take advantage of. So I guess our hope through all of this is to partner with you to help your children live, pray, and grow in Christ.
Because we want your kids and your students to become authentic, irresistible, and consistent examples of Jesus Christ.
Thank you.
So thank you very much. See you guys on the weekend.